Hello students, today we are going to discuss about, this is the next class of your finance and accounting paper. In my last class I have discussed about the introduction of financial system and definition and the role and functions, importance of financial system. So today I am going to discuss about the structure of Indian financial system. Financial structure refers to shape, components and their order in the financial system. So basically, on and all, the Indian financial system are classified into two: organized and unorganized. So the organized one includes Ministry of Finance, RBI, and SEBI. RBI, Reserve Bank of India; SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India, and other regulatory bodies. The informal, that is unorganized sector, include local brokers, pawn brokers, non-banking financial institutions, right? So these all are money lenders or group of persons which they give loan on credit, loan on interest, isn't it? So chit fund companies will be there, investment companies will be there who give things on credit as such. So on an interest giving or taking basis. So the financial system comprises of financial institutions, financial markets, financial instruments, and financial services. So basically, financial institutions are the participants in the financial market. So they are the business organizations dealing in financial resources. They collect resources by accepting deposits from individuals and institutions and lend them to trade, industry, and others. So they collect the resources as an accepting deposits from individuals from whom the household investors and are, they accept the deposits from them, the banks and all. And these institutions, they lend them in the manufacturing units or in the stock market, the trade and industries and all, they lend them. Okay, so they accept the deposits. The banks and financial institutions, they lend the money either in the stock market or to the manufacturing units. So they buy and sell the financial instruments. They generate financial instruments as well. Buy and sell financial instruments means shares, preference shares. Share is nothing but a unit of money. Suppose if I say that I have certain shares in a company, suppose I have purchased some 100 shares from a company called, let's say, Wipro. So I will be the owner of 100 shares of Wipro assets. So what I am going to do, I am going to get the profit also out of that. How means from every second the price of the product will be changing. Why? Because auctioning will be done. So that buying and selling, when you buy and sell such instruments, so you generate money out of that also. So they accept deposit, they grant loans, they invest in securities also. Who? Financial institutions. Okay. So they accept deposits, banks and all, they grant loans, they give loan on interest, and they invest this money in the securities also. So they basically they act as a mobilizer of savings and the surveyors of the credit of finance. These means financial institutions mobilize the savings of savers and give credit of finance to the investors. They also provide various financial services to the community. They deal in financial assets such as deposits, loans, securities, and so on. So basically, they are divided into two: banks and non-banking financial institutions. Banking institutions means they are nothing but they are commercial banks, cooperative banks. Commercial banks, HDFC will be their house development banking, HDFC, IDFC, right? Commercial banks, so IDBI, these all are nothing but the commercial banks. Whereas cooperative banks means like SEBI, Union Bank, these all are the cooperative banks. Development banks means NABARD, right? So they are the banking institutions who provide the different sort of banking services. Whereas non-banking financial institutions are nothing but like they lend the financial resources mobilized, like they lend funds but not create credit. Companies like LIC. So here, if you see this, Non-banking financial institutions are nothing but they provide the not banking services but non-banking services. Like they mobilize financial resources directly, indirectly from the people. They lend the financial resources mobilized. They lend funds but not create credit. Like LIC, GIC, UTI, development banking financial institutions. So basically, what they do, non-banking financial institutions, they just like what they do is they just provide the services. Like they don't create the credit assets, they don't create money out of it, so they just provide the they just accept deposits and deliver credit. That's it. They are responsible for channelizing financial resources, like which may be scarce for capital information. So what banking sector do is they meet the financial requirements of the corporate sector, whereas no NBFCs are flexible, quick and efficient, and they provide customized service as per the requirements of the clients. Whereas banking where like private banks are nothing, public banks were SBI and all, whereas private banks are like commercial banks, HDFC, HSBC. Okay, so those are banking services, whereas NBFCs they are divided into here. If I have listed things, this is very important and things to be known. First is leasing. Leasing is nothing but giving things on lease. Okay, so why here one more thing what comes is insurance companies also. I am just going to discuss about the insurance companies first. Insurance is like what do you do is you try to cover the things with insurance, risk with insurance, like property insurance it could be, or life insurance it could be. What is happening is you are providing a service, isn't it? You are like you just create the, you accept the deposits and deliver credits. That's it, nothing more than that. So that is one job, and the other is insurance. They basically they invest the savings of their policy holders and in exchange promise them to give a specified either at a later stage. Examples of insurance companies are AXA Life Insurance will be there, ING Vyasa, Met Life Insurance, Zurich and all. Another one is mutual fund also. I didn't wrote the leasing. Leasing is basically a lease is a contractual agreement or an arrangement. The owner of the asset grants the right to use the asset to the other party in return for a periodic payment. So it is basically a unit of an asset for some specified period. So leasing, it may be understood as a financial arrangement which offers the organization with the benefit to make use of an asset without being holding it. Okay, so that is nothing but leasing as such. So it is a contractual agreement. You may heard that we have taken auto on lease and all. That is nothing but things on lease. You give house also on lease, property also on lease, isn't it? So that is nothing but you arrange a contractual agreement where the owner of the asset grants the use of asset to another asset in a periodic payment, timely basis. You are going to give the payment as such. So I hope it is clear. Leasing. The another one is mutual fund. Mutual funds are nothing but it is a pool of the money from various investors. If you may have heard in the ads and all, mutual funds are subject to market risk. So mutual funds are nothing but these are the pool of money from the various investors who are having the same interest. So what they do is they collect the savings from the various investors and invest in a diversified portfolio. Diversified portfolio means it's a combination of securities. So what they do, they share the earnings among the investors over here. So it gives small investors the benefit of invest in the industrial securities also. So mutual funds help investors by reducing risk, give expert professional management also, tax shelter and reduce cost also. Mutual funds, lot many are there. Kotak Mahindra, mutual funds are there, Tata mutual funds are there, UTI mutual funds are there, HDFC is there, Reliance, many companies are there who provide this service. So that's one thing. The another one is hire purchase. I hope I made it clear. The mutual funds, it's a pool of investors who have a common goal, and they invest in the stock market in different portfolios, and out of that what income is there, that will be distributed among them. Hire purchase is basically in hire purchase transactions, the goods are let on hire. You give things on hire. Hire means on rent, not on rent, on installments. Payments will be done on installment, like bus or car or auto and all. You may hear that taken on hire purchase. What happens over here is the goods are given on hire. The purchase price, the price which we are going to purchase, is paid in installment. You may have heard EMI, equal money installment, if you heard, right? That is nothing but hire purchase. Hirer is allowed an option to purchase the goods by paying an installment. Okay, that is nothing but hire purchase. The another is housing purchase, housing finance companies. Housing financing is nothing but it refers to a collection of all the financial arrangements that have been made by housing finance companies in order to meet the needs of the housing. Okay, the most popular housing financing companies are HDFC, Housing Development Finance Corporation, NHB, National Housing Bank, town planning schemes, housing boards projects, cooperative society projects, government employee housing. These all are nothing but some of the examples of housing finance companies. The another one is venture capital. Venture capital is nothing but basically, see how when ventures are nothing but this is an encouragement to the young entrepreneurs, the people who have good ideas. Like suppose you are engineers, you may have very good ideas, but you may not have funds to meet those. Okay, you may not have funds, like you may have good idea, but you don't have funds to implement that idea. So what people does is, who have very good business, who have very settled entrepreneurs in a society, let's say in India only, very good people like Ambani and all are there, who have very good ideas, who are very good businessmen. So what they do, they fund you. They give capital to your ideas. They make investment. So when you get the incomes out of it, your ideas, that will be again you may repay back them. So making investment in new and tried enterprises that suffers from inadequate growth. In a broader sense, it refers to process of undertaking capital by shareholders for the purpose of forming and establishing. Okay. So it is nothing but your fund. I hope it is clear, the venture capital, to all of you. So here it is basically long-term equity financing, wherein the venture capitalist earns his return basically in the form of capital gains. So I hope I made it clear. The people who have young ideas but they're not able to have enough funds to implement their ideas, so entrepreneurs, big businessmen in the society, they are going to fund them, and out of it, if they're going to get the benefit out of that ideas, that will be invested again some new ideas. Like that, the venture capital things will be taking place. The another one is merchant banking. So merchant banking is basically, it is related to persons who are engaged in the business of issue management. Issue management means buying and selling of securities, stock market, brokers and all. These all are nothing but the merchant banking services. They provide the services of selling, buying or subscribing to securities as a managers, consultant, advisors, mediators. These all names can be given to a merchant banker. Okay, in relation to issue management only. Okay, next one is credit rating agencies. So credit rating agencies are nothing but they are going to rate you based on your performance. Your credit worthiness will be rated in the credit rating. Okay, so basically how good you are in the society will be how good you are in the market, not society, how good you are in the market, that is which place you still in the market, in the overall financial market will be known through how good you are in the as a company, how good you are repaying capacity. Credit rating means how good you are in repaying capacity of, suppose you have taken a loan from the outside party, from some other company, so how good you are in repaying that. So that will be known through credit rating services. So rating is assigned of the assessing the various factors that influence the credit worthiness of the entity. So the various credit rating agencies are, why people invest into a company? By checking out how you are performing and how you are repaying their interest or loan, whatever you have taken from them, that will be known through credit rating. Now credit rating are divided into three. CRISIL, some popular companies are CRISIL, ICRA and CARE. CRISIL is nothing but Credit Rating Information Services of India. ICRA is Investment Information and Credit Rating Agency of India. CARE, Credit Analysis and Research Limited. These are the three popular companies who are going to rate the companies based on your performance and based on your repaying capacity also. So seeing these rating agencies, seeing your performance in this, people will invest into a company, because unless you don't give the benefit, nobody will invest into your company, isn't it? So next one is factoring and forfeiting. Factoring is nothing but over here, it's an arrangement, it's an agreement in which receivables arising out of goods and services are sold by a firm to the factor. You cannot understand when I read out. I'm just going to explain you this. Suppose I'll give you an example. I have taken a loan. Suppose people like internationally or nationally, I have supplied the raw material. Manufacturing units will be there. To them we supply the raw material, right? Debtors, the people to whom we supply the raw material, right? Those are the debtors to us, because we need to get funds from them. I have given things on credit. I am giving raw materials on credit to them. So those are the debtors to me. Suppose I have taken a loan from raw materials from somebody, they will be the creditors to me, because I need to repay back them, right? So now factoring means what happens, receivables is a kind of a note which you are going to get. You need to repay back. Suppose I have given a loan to somebody, raw materials to somebody. I need to get the funds from them, right? So what I am going to do, I am going to make a promissory note called as a receivables from them, and I am going to repay back that. So that I am going to, it's an arrangement in which receivables are arising out of goods of sale of goods or services are sold by the firm to the factor. So suppose I have many people to whom I have supplied the raw materials, so I cannot go and collect from each and every one. Suppose 500 are there, suppose 500 companies are there to whom I have supplied the raw material. I have a big company, so I cannot go to each and every one collect the money, isn't it? So what I am going to do, I am going to appoint a person called firm called factor, client. There will be a client for us, and there will be a financial intermediary. What they do, I am going to make a note, a company name, and I am going to pass this paper to them, the client. So he will be responsible now for collecting the funds, for credit control, for sales accounting, anything. He will be the responsible person. If any of the debtor fail also to pay the debts as a result of his financial inability or whatever it is, he may be not responsible also, he may not have given the money also, but here the factor, the client that I have appointed will be the responsible one, even though anybody have not paid, because he is taking money from me for doing this service. So if he is failed, if any one of the debtor is failed to provide the money also, he will be the person who will be looking after this. Okay, so that is factoring. Forfeiting means over here, internationally, if you do the business, international supply of raw material, if you have done the international supply, right, you cross your borders also, and you supply the raw material, isn't it, when you manufacturing, isn't? So they purchase the trail bits or promissory note without the receipts of the seller also. The purchase is made. Discounting the documents includes the complete risk of non-payment at the time of collection as such. So that will be done in the factoring or forfeiting as such. So I hope I made it clear. Let's discuss the. So next one is stockbroking firms. Stockbroking firms are nothing but the mediators who will be providing the same sort of merchant banking services. They are engaged in buying and selling of securities only. They do work on behalf of us. So they need to obtain a certificate from SEBI to act as a broker. Depository is also the sort of that mediator only who will be providing the similar sort of services. So here I hope I made it clear the NBFCs to all of you, the non-banking financial services. This is very important. We have discussed about the NBFCs and BFCs, that is banking and non-banking financial institutions. In my next class I am going to explain you more. So one part of the structure is done. If you see this, we are done with this part of the structure. In my coming class and I am going to explain this all. So see all of you guys. Bye all of you.